Hello everyone, I've got the new co-op mission Missed Opportunities beat for you on brutal difficulty, and that is Egon Stetman, stranded on Belshir since before the fall of Arcturus, is now under assault from Amon's forces. Protect his harvesters as they collect the planet's terrazine to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Now, I just started playing this co-op mission with a random player, and he happened to be a pretty cool guy, so we added each other, and this is our second playthrough. As you can see, I'm playing as Kerrigan, and I just quickly showed you my power set skills. Feel free to go back and pause that, but basically what happened here is it took a little while for me to actually get this map loaded, this new mission loaded. I'm not actually sure why that was happening. I don't know if it was a glitch or something, but anyway, I also wasn't able to play as Alarak, except for one time when I added one of my friends into a match, and the reason for that was because everyone wants to play Alarak right now, like Rainei or Rainei. I'm sure he'll tell me afterwards in the comments. But anyway, everyone wants to play the new Co-op Commander right now because he is absolutely awesome. I've played him once, like I said, and his abilities are really good, and he's got some really good units. He's very overpowered. So, I mean, what's new? You pay $5 and then you get a commander that's unstoppable. But anyway, he's very good. First level, I mean, you don't have all of the abilities, so he's not as good as he can be, but he's still really good at level 1. And as you can see, my teammate is only, I believe, level 3. Could be level 4. I can't remember exactly, but anyways, level 3 or level 4, and we're already playing on brutal difficulty. I mean, granted, I am a mastery level 75, but yeah, it's new co-op mission, and we're already playing on brutal difficulty. So that, I mean, that just alone tells you that the new commander, Alarak, is very, very good. And my teammate just happens to be a really good player as well, so that's always a perk. But as you can see, I'm just doing the basic startup for this new co-op mission with Kerrigan. I'm just getting my supply line going, getting some workers on the gas, and I'm going to try and pump out as many of those raptors, the zerglings, as soon as I can, and then I'm going to be able to take out those rocks right away. And then there's a wave that comes like every other co-op mission, and there'll be two separate packs of units. One will go for, generally one goes for your base, one goes for your ally's base, but sometimes they both go for your base or both go for your ally's base, so you have to be a little bit careful of that. And just having those extra beginning units really helps you out. So that's just the beginning of this mission. But if you guys are struggling to beat this on brutal difficulty, pretty much the key is just to get up, mass up a big force. And once you're pretty comfortable, like you got both of your expansions going, and you've got all of the main objective areas secured, then you can pretty much just mass up a big force. And once your forces are massed up, this co-op mission is actually really easy. Now, I'm saying it's really easy right now, but you can actually lose so easily. If your units are out of position, then those harvesting bots that harvest the terrazine, those guys will die just instantly. They don't stand a chance. If you let those harvesting bots get surrounded for just a couple seconds, when an enemy force comes in, they'll just melt away and die. You can only lose 2 of them, so it's essential that you don't let that happen. So in order to make that not happen, one of the best things you can do is just to keep a couple units, or not just a couple, but quite a few units at each area in which these harvesting bots are going to go to harvest that terrazine. So for example, like right here, we only have one bot, and it's going to that one location. But later on, there's going to be 2 locations and 2 bots, and then at the very last wave, the 5th wave, there'll be 3 bots, 3 locations. Actually, I believe they even do that on the 4th wave is the same way. So the 4th wave and the 5th wave both have 3 locations and 3 bots. And when I was playing with Rainei the first time, the first location on the 4th wave, or one of the locations on the 4th wave, actually ended up we didn't have any units protecting it. So just within 5 seconds, just like that's about it, the enemy wave just came in and completely obliterated what we had. And then we actually played another match after this with Abathur and Alarak, and those two guys together are actually extremely powerful together. And like Rainei said, pay to win. So basically, where you're paying that $5 and then you get two overpowered commanders for it. So, but anyway, what I'm trying to get at is they're so good together. But even if you have really strong commanders, you are still going to run into problems if you aren't paying attention. So once again, we got to that 4th or 5th wave, and we weren't guarding one of the main objectives. And just like that, one of our harvesting bots got surrounded and died. And then, without us trying, because we went to go defend that harvesting bot, we left the other main objective open, and another wave spawned right next to it and killed that harvesting bot right away. So basically what I'm trying to get at, the main point I'm trying to make is the waves are unpredictable. All of the enemies that spawn are unpredictable, and they move very quickly. So yes, this is an easy co-op mission if you properly protect all of your objectives. If you're not on top of everything, this will actually be very difficult and you'll lose over and over. You can lose this co-op mission within like 10 seconds. That's all it takes. That'll change your whole chances. It'll look like you're winning 1 second, the next second it's over. But I should point out that there are 2 bonus objectives on this co-op mission. And as you can see, the first bonus objective is in the pretty close to the bottom left of the map. And later on, the second bonus objective is going to be in the top left, and you should see that towards the end of this mission. But right now, we're just focusing on clearing out this enemy wave that was coming at our harvesting bots. And in the first 1 to 3 waves, you shouldn't have to worry too much about those harvesting bots getting destroyed. It's pretty easy to protect them. And as you can see right now, I'm not even looking at my units. I'm just working on my economy, because I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to lose Kerrigan right now. Kerrigan's quite strong, and unless there are high-end units, and a lot of them right now, Kerrigan's probably not going to die. So you can be pretty safe just sitting back, upgrading your stuff, get the Ultralisk Den, or Ultralisk Cavern, Hydralisk Den, and then start getting all those ground carapace upgrades, ground attack upgrades, and ground missile upgrades. Or melee attack upgrades and missile upgrades. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I'm making sure to get that armor upgrade for the Ultralisk especially, because I just really want them to be extra strong. It gives you +2 armor for all of your Ultralisks. And I believe I wrote that down in here somewhere. Yeah, chitinous plating. That's pretty much, you don't really have to get any of the other 2 upgrades for the Ultralisk. As long as you get the chitinous plating, that's pretty much the only really important upgrade. The other ones are good, I'm not gonna lie, but chitinous plating is the really important one, because you already get that base 3 upgrades from the evolution chamber, then you add another 2 on top of that. They're so incredibly strong at that point. You don't even have to try. You just use the attack command, and then they just stay alive. And not only that, with Kerrigan, there's that special ability where when your Ultralisk dies, they can respawn after so many seconds. So very good to get the Ultralisk. They're so strong. But you do need Hydralisk. That's why eventually I'm going to start incorporating them. I was just a little slow about it because I didn't know whether or not I should do it, I should get them or not, but yeah, you really do need Hydralisk, because there will be air units, Ravens, Banshees, Vikings, and whatnot. Now, especially when you're playing against Zerg, which we did a couple of times, there will be Mutalisks that come, and if you don't have any air units to distract those Mutalisks, they do just focus straight on the harvesting bots. They won't even focus on the ground units that are attacking them sometimes. like literally they go for the main objective. They want you to lose really badly. So it does help having some type of anti-air just to help you take out those air units a little bit quicker that are going to be attacking your harvesting bots. So just another thing you got to keep in mind if you want to win this co-op mission on brutal difficulty. And then if you're playing as Kerrigan, like I'm doing right now, always make sure to get all of the 3 base upgrades from the evolution chamber. You know, that first one is Heroic Fortitude, that just upgrades the maximum life and life regeneration rate of Kerrigan. Then you also have Chain Reaction, and that allows Kerrigan's attacks to deal damage to multiple targets. It's less damage to the additional targets, but you can still affect up to 4 additional targets, so a total of 5 targets hit at the same time, or one after the other basically. But yeah, that's pretty darn huge upgrade. And then the very last one is ability efficiency, and that just reduces the cooldowns of Kerrigan's abilities by 20%. So yeah, you want to make sure to get all of those upgrades for Kerrigan. Those are all important. So basically, once you build your evolution chambers, I would advise building about 3 of them. Once you build those, make sure to get all 6 upgrades. Well, I guess there's more than 6 upgrades, but because there's levels 1 through 3 of the ground, missile, and carapace upgrades. But if you keep that in mind, then there would be 12 upgrades. Get all 12 upgrades from the evolution chamber, and then I would definitely get all the spawning pool upgrades, the attack speed upgrade, the reduction of armor upgrade, the movement speed upgrade, and the plus 10 health upgrade. So get all of those upgrades from the spawning pool for the Zerglings, and then get all of your upgrades from Ultralisk Den and all the upgrades from the Hydralisk Den. Don't get the Lurker upgrade though, because you're not going to use Lurkers. And yeah, that's about it. So once you have your Ultralisk Den or Ultralisk Cavern, your Hydralisk Den, your evolution chambers, once you have all those buildings created and you have all the upgrades from that, at that point it's just a complete cakewalk. You just hotkey your queens and then just go between queens. Sorry about that. Just go between queens, spawn larva, and then focus on spreading creep. And with Kerrigan, creep spread is out of control. These creep tumors spread so much creep and at such a fast rate, so it's really easy. And just try really hard to stay on top of that creep spread, because it's not like multiplayer mode. It's actually even a lot easier than that. And in the first place, it's not that hard to do creep spread in multiplayer mode, but this just makes it a cakewalk. It's a total breeze. But yeah, basically, yeah, make those Hydralisks, make the Ultralisks, and throw in a couple lings where you can, and then just keep on spraying the creep and spawning the larva, and that's all you have to do. It's a real simple build once you get to this point. Basically, you're done with wave 3. You're on wave 4, and all you really need to focus on is just capping your supply, building some more overlords, building some overseers for detection, and then just laying on all of the big units. And then working well with your teammate Alarak, since Alarak is absolutely overpowered. And I believe Alarak has some units called Sentinels. They might be called something else, can't remember for sure. But yeah, Alarak's army combos really well with Kerrigan's. One, because you also have another commander, once again, for Protoss this time, instead of Zerg having just the single commanders. Now Protoss actually has one. And what I think is really helpful about having Kerrigan and Alarak together is both of their special abilities. So Alarak has the ability to stun a bunch of enemies and pretty much force them backwards. He can push them all the enemies in front of him backwards, and that's a really good ability. And it also does area damage to everything that he swipes towards. Then there's also his single target damage ability, which damages a single target for 200 damage, and you can jump towards that target. And that's kind of like Kerrigan, where Kerrigan can jump towards a target and do 300 damage. And basically there's a lot of good blending that goes on between these two commanders.
Assimilation aura is now
And
ready.
as you can see, these waves spawning is just out of control. There's a wave here, there's a wave over by that harvesting bop, and actually this was what I was talking about before in that it wasn't actually the previous game, it was this game right here. Yeah, so basically it took 10 seconds that wave spawned, and then they surrounded our harvesting bot, and that was it. We weren't even able to get over there in time to attack those units. They just straight up went straight for that harvesting bot, called it good. So the spawns are a little bit sketchy on this co-op mission. You just don't really know where they're going to come and when they're going to come, and how many of these units there are going to be. Now, I'm sure if you play this co-op mission a lot, you can actually end up predicting where all these units are going to spawn. I'm sure you can. I don't know if you can, but I know, for example, on Void Thrashing, you can just sit in a certain spot after you destroy the first Void Thrasher, and there's always going to be a wave after you destroy it, unless you destroy it at the same time as the Void Thrasher. But anyways, what I'm trying to get to is they generally don't have a random spawn point for these units. It looks random at first just because you're not used to it, but it's actually, I'm pretty certain that they have all set spawn points, and they reuse those set spawn points over and over. And honestly, I think that makes it less difficult after you practice quite a bit, because it's just really easy when you can predict where things are going to happen. But yeah, overall, this co-op mission is really fun. It takes about, at least this replay is 22 minutes long. So gameplay out of just this replay is probably like 21 minutes, excluding the startup and the end periods of this video. But yeah, this is a pretty darn quick co-op mission. It does not take long to actually get through everything. And I don't really think you have a choice on how long this mission will actually go for. I definitely think that you can speed things up for yourself by clearing out all of the units around where your harvesting bots are going to be. It's not necessarily going to make it faster, but it'll make it easier on yourself. So that's about the only thing you can do. I think this is pretty much like a Temple of the Past, where you have a set time before something happens. And I'm pretty sure there's a set time before these harvesting bots come in. I mean, they're blinking right now, but
wave is now available.
Yeah, it's definitely set. So what I was trying to get at is pretty much all of the waves that come at you are actually set. So even though it looks random, they are going to end up actually being set in the end. And I'm pretty sure that's the way it is with this co-op mission, like it is for Void Thrashing or any other co-op mission. And it could be, I could be wrong though, I could be wrong on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know something else, but I am pretty darn sure that after this co-op mission is played through a bunch of times by people, people are going to eventually know where all of these waves are going to start spawning, and they're just going to be able to sit. So for example, I'm sure if people play enough of this as Kerrigan, they'll be able to just build a bunch of pylons, photon cannons, and shield batteries where the enemy's going to spawn, and I bet, I don't know if you can speed this up, but I bet that would make this mission just a cakewalk. It'll definitely be something to think about on a weekly mutation on this mission, and I'm sure they'll do one soon. But I'm sure if you can just know, you can think about where you know the units are going to spawn, just kind of make a guess, and then place defenses there preemptively, and then once the units come in these medevacs or whatever they end up coming in, those photon cannons will be able to destroy those medevacs before they even drop their units. So it can definitely work out very well to benefit you in the future. Just something to think about, I guess. But anyways, in the top left corner of this map was where the second bonus objective was located. So both of these bonus objectives are located on the left side of this map, so just make sure to keep that in mind. And this, in this fifth wave, this is pretty much the hardest part if you don't stay very coordinated and on top of things. I mean, it's really easy right now because I've got 200 supply cap, and I'm pretty sure my teammate also has 200 supply cap. But the thing is, the reason why this is a quite hard part actually, is because if you're in the wrong spot, like I was saying before, you'll lose this whole game. Just because you lose one more of these bots. Because we happen to have already lost one. And my teammate's actually pretty darn funny. Talking about Gary, the main guy in this co-op mission's favorite bot. But anyway, yeah, just stay on top of things and you'll be fine. But yeah, you run into big waves like this. And once again, I had a mobilization wave ready, so this was just another easy thing. But if you're not prepared, if you don't have the big ultralists, the big units, if you're not in the right place at the right time, if you don't have big abilities saved up, then the last wave may actually end up defeating you because you just won't be able to survive this onslaught. There's so many units coming at us, but because we take them off guard, we kill them before they can really do any damage, get set up for battle. So it doesn't really affect us that badly. And we end up winning because of it. I mean, we're just about there. That's our last bot, and it is literally right on the verge of victory. So, this is definitely a very fun co-op mission. I would advise all of you guys to go try this one out. I would definitely advise you guys to go try out Alarak. I mean, as you can see from the brief little clips on my screen from my teammate at least, that Alarak is very, very, very strong, especially at low levels. But yeah, definitely go try him out. I think he's worth the $5 buy, even if right now when you try to play as him, you're not going to have really any luck because everyone's trying to play as him, and it's just not going to be open. But yeah, once again, go give him a try. Maybe wait for a little less busy time of day when less people are playing as Alarak, and you might get lucky and just be able to play in a match with him. But I hope it works out well for you guys, and I hope this walkthrough was helpful for all of you guys on the new co-op mission Missed Opportunities. Sorry if I was blabbing on a little bit too much in this walkthrough. I am a little tired right now, but anyways, I hope it was helpful for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Rainei, I hope you liked this video, and I hope I pronounced your name right. So thank you to everyone for watching. I am going to try really hard to level up Alarak, but I am kind of struggling to do that right now since I can't even get into a match with him. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it is a level 15 Alarak video because that's what I want to do next. But hopefully it is that. If not, I'll do something else. But see you guys in the next video.